every single dream. I lay each one down at your feet. Every moment of my wandering never changes what you see. I try to win this war, I confess. My hands are weary, I need your rest. Mighty warrior, king of the fight. No matter what I face, you're by my side. When you don't move the mountains, I'm needing you to move. When you don't part the waters, I wish I could walk through. When you don't give the answers as I cry out to you, I will trust, I will trust, I will trust you. Truth is, you know what tomorrow brings. There's not a day ahead you have not seen. So let all things be my life and breath. I want what you want, Lord, and nothing less. When you don't move the mountains, I'm needing you to move. When you don't part the waters, I wish I could walk through. When you don't give the answers as I cry out to you, I will trust, I will trust, I will trust you. You are my strength and comfort. You are my steady hand. You are my firm foundation, the rock on which I stand. Your ways are always higher. Your plans are always good. There's not a place where I'll go you've not already stood. When you don't move the mountains, I'm needing you to move. When you don't part the waters, I wish I could walk through. When you don't give the answers as I cry out to you, I will trust, I will trust, I will trust you. When you don't move the mountains, I'm needing you to move. When you don't part the waters, I wish I could walk through. When you don't give the answers as I cry out to you, I will trust, I will trust, I will trust you. I will trust you.
Hey everyone, this is Kyle Piquel. I'm a part of the Just Lead team here at Emerald Youth Foundation, and I just want to share briefly with you what God has been encouraging me with over the past couple of weeks. So I just want to turn back again to the Easter story. I know we're a couple weeks removed from that, but as Christians, we are people of the cross, we are people of the resurrection, and so I just wanted to look back at the Easter story to share with you what God has been speaking to me. So in Matthew 26, towards the end of the crucifixion, right before Jesus breathes his last breath, he says this. He says, my God, why have you forsaken me? He's saying, God, why have you abandoned me? God, why have you left me here to die? And I've just been fascinated by those words, and I want to understand those words more of what was actually going through Jesus' mind at the point of his crucifixion. When he's about to give up his spirit, when he's about to physically die, he says, why have you abandoned me? And as I started looking more into those words, I realized that what Jesus is doing is he's actually singing a song. Jesus is singing Psalm 22, which is a psalm of David written 1,000 years before Jesus was alive. And so he's reading this psalm, which is almost a word-for-word direct quotation. Psalm 22 says, my God, why have you forsaken me? Why are you so far from saving me, so far from the words of my groaning? And Psalm 22 goes on, and it's actually a prophetic word about the crucifixion. But what Jesus is doing while he's on the cross is he's singing a song of hope. He's turning to this psalm that David wrote, and it's a song of hope for him. And it's a song of hope because it's a reminder that God is faithful to his promises. It's a reminder that God is going to make all things new. It's a reminder that God will defeat sin, that God will defeat death, and that one day all things will be as they should be. At the end of Psalm 22, it says this. It says, "For he, which is God, has not despised or disdained the suffering of the afflicted one. He has not hidden his face from him, but has listened to his cry. From you comes the theme of my praise in the great assembly. Before those who fear you will I fulfill my vows." So that's Jesus speaking there in these prophetic words. It says, "I will fulfill my vow, so that the poor will eat and be satisfied. They who seek the Lord will praise him. May your hearts live forever." And then it says, "All the ends of the earth will remember and turn to the Lord, and all the families of the nations will bow down before him." So when Jesus is on the cross, when Jesus is there suffering, his mind turns to Psalm 22 and to the promises of God. But specifically what Jesus is thinking about is that day when all of God's people will bow down before God, will praise him, and where our hearts will be able to live forever. We as his people, it says in verse 26 in Psalm 22, it says the poor, that's all of us, those who are spiritually poor, disconnected from God, we will eat and be satisfied. That's eternal satisfaction. That's eternal peace, eternal comfort, eternal joy in the midst of God's presence. And so as Christ is suffering on the cross, what he's thinking about is you and me living together in the presence of God. So turn today just to the reminder of the cross, and that even in the midst of suffering, even in Jesus' own suffering, he's thinking about you and your joy and your eternal place in God's home. We love you guys. We're praying for you and your families. We're praying for our communities. May God bless you. May God keep you. May God protect you. God bless.